kufuna sente abo olaba banjoga nti nabaga nti wabeewa ayogera omusala gwenfuna if it is an advisor how much money is this obo bwali buchoze sirinya nayo sirinya.
You shall have a regrettable moment, and the unfortunate bit should be is that you may not get worried as much as I should be worried, because if you get on the same charge sheet, you might end up being released on a bail, or you might even be incarcerated from your own home. Me, I'll be going to jail where I'll be mistreated. I might end up in safe houses where I'll be earning caning, where a lot of pain would be administered, torture would be administered to me. You may not be part of it. So before I loop my head into that, they should address the core principles of building such a project. Minus that, project management, we shall have failed this marry and that project will fail. So we first of all buy for us immunity. Anybody who's going to be part of it, we should have immunity. We cannot go into a battlefield without being armed of immunity. This is a political battlefield. It is a Paris coup, if I may term it. I cannot involve myself unless first I know I'm going to be protected. For you already protected biologically. I'm not projected the same way. So that is the first thing we should address. Before we get our rope into that, we should first of all know how are we going to discuss the project. Then secondly, how are we going to be armed of immunity? Or how are we going to be armed with immunity so that if anything goes berserk, we are able to bail ourselves out? Who's going to stand there apart from denying their involvement? Look at the principle of this project. Can she really come out and say, yes, I'm part of it, or she would simply deny that these people are using me? So at the end of the day, you might not be punished because you are a member of the first family. I'm just a loser there. Being with you does not bring me anywhere closer to the first family. Not at all. And it is very simple. If they realize that I'm part of it, they will simply hand me over to Muhoz. He's my friend, and they will grill me. And the threats alone will make me confess. Because you know, in power, you don't have a permanent friend. In the politics, you don't have a permanent friend. You don't have a permanent enemy. Because your enemy can be used to win the next enemy. Can become your friend by becoming an enemy of your enemy. So that is as simple as that. So I don't want to involve myself in that until I'm certainly sure that I'm not going to be a loser in this project. So that is what I'm talking about. So my brother, don't take me wrongly that I've simply rejected or have simply turned you down. It is a very good project. It's a very big project. But at the end of the day, who is going to suffer the consequences in case things don't go well? What kind of insurance and assurance do I have? That is what we need to address first. Discuss the project, then provide us with immunity, then thirdly, give us alternative. The exit strategy to the project, the preemptive way to avoid the trouble in the case the project went wrong. In the case you chose to dump the project after taking some steps forward, how are we going to destroy the evidences? How are we going to rub all the hallmarks off the ground where you have walked? How are we going to unmark our footprints? So that is what I'm talking about. The first thing in all of such is survivability.
It is not some kind of treason that we are going to undermine the leadership of His Excellency. It is not that we are going to undermine the leadership of anybody. But we are talking of a project that we are going to base within NRM to deflect some members who might become a stumbling block in the transition process of a new leader within NRM, who might end up dividing the party because they think Uganda is indebted to them. That is the whole project that we are looking at. I told you people like Ahindo Tafire, they think they have to be in this cabinet as long as they are alive. And yet none of them respects Muhoz. None of them respects me. None of them respects the First Lady. And in that auspice, we are looking at how we can create a new wave that can displace such people. And we have people who are pro-Mosei, who are pro-Mama, and they can sit on the same desk, on the same row. You should not ever come back to Parliament. Those are the things we're looking at. So, and that is what I'm talking about. I hope this time you understand me better. Well, if that is the case really, then it is okay. It is okay. If that is what you intend to do, that is very fine.
It is everywhere on earth. Such a political strategy is very okay. But my fear was that we are going to promote something that would host Museveni, and then we go and face off. No, I thought it was a Paris coup. That one I do not support it. But if it is something else, then it is very okay. It is very okay. If we can host some members who are not for us, then that is very fine.
No, another thing I wanted to also talk about is there is also a set of people who are so much from Hos. Some of them should also be disorganized a bit.
But also, I'm from Hos also. He's also my friend. What exactly would you mean? You're also going to host me?
No, that is not what I meant. For you, a very good journalist, and you are very technical, a very good project manager. But now the people I'm looking at are those who are coercively holding power in the military and in intelligence. Those are the people we need to sabotage a bit. You disorganize them so you can loosen the connection between the two. That is what I'm trying to talk about. Those are the things we need to look at, such that at the end of the day we can have a fair play in the future without being suppressed because somebody is in the military. And there are certain people we don't need to deal with. No matter the outcome of the results, of course, the direction results, we are certainly going to remain in power at whatever cost. That one is widely known. But the main thing here is whom are we going to stay with? Because the next term is all about transition. It is all about preparation for transition. So we have to be very careful and very calculative who the opinion leaders are. We have members of the old. We have our favorite people like General Tumwine. Those ones can be very decisive. Those ones can give us an opinion which is preparing us rather than against us. People like Ahindo Tafiri will not do anything to our importance. They'll always be defective because he doesn't like us. He doesn't like General Muhoozi. He's even more likely that he can come and at the end of the day, he twists his tongue. He twists his thought the way Kasiri Gwanga was. All of a sudden he comes out and belches that, you see, we have to support the new generation. You remember how we used to say that I cannot salute Muhoozi. We have been here, we went and fought. He's just a child. He cannot come and then we salute this child. The likes of General Sejusa, they could all align together. Now we need to look at people like Kuraiche. We need to look at people like Mugira. Baz or playing Bobby Wine's music, and they are around us here. So in the case we plant a seed of violence, we are going to reap violence. And we are going to reap it in about 10 folds. They are going to raid our homes. We don't have enough military. And even then, the security we have, how have we treated them? We should always think about these things. Are they the kind of people who are going to bear with us? When the people uprise, are they the people who are going to defend us? Are they willing to lay their lives for us? What have we done for them? Haven't they starved when we because we assume they're on a payroll, government is paying them. So, and that is their job. Have we thought about when we are throwing food in the dustbin, that these people too are human beings? All we do is to send them kaunga, we send them beans ourselves. Forget about the arrogance that we always preach and the pride we always have. No, but let us examine exactly what is on the ground. We are becoming extremely unpopular. His Excellency is becoming extremely unpopular. It is a shame that after 35 years in power, you still have to campaign to tell the people what you have done for them.
No mujawa. Nze kyasinza okuneraliikiriza kaagambye tekasirye eggwanga yasooka n'atuwagira. Ne kati kyusa olulimi n'agamba nti kiseera kituuse eky'abavubuka abato ako kennyini ako. Kyevula nkugamba ti President Museveni bw'atakwata ku buvubuka obwo society ejja bukwatako. They are talking as if this country, they have a right to control this country. That's my fear. If somebody gets this arrogance of self-belonging, we must do this as who? Kuaba abaana kitayiwani yagenda mu nsiko.
Omanyi ki?
What does Uganda owe with them, or Ugandans owe with them? Kiki batubanja. Singa tukunga abantu ate ako kategeere nze nkukuba nyinza okukuba kawiiki nenga obudirira bonna mbulina nensoka kubako kana kati gwe ne buwolekayo mba nakubye kakadde nenga n'obupya bonna mu maaso nga butaano metizingeza mu ttaano nzerina with the video clips. Can we tolerate that arrogance? Can Ugandans tolerate that arrogance? Ndi ensi yaabwe batudde ekisugu county club
gye batudde
and that is an edited version.
Wagitemye muko?
Yes.
Waliwo bwino omuka?
Yeah,
Bino Museveni wakitobemuwa?
Abifuna. Kyoga tebaliiko kati ababiricording. Banoonya channel ne babula. This man has a channel. Ne bagenda, why do you allow this madman to have these sophisticated machines? Madman yabasobola. Bogedde konga bagamba nti balowooza nti bajjage naye kyembagala ngo tebasuubira nti ndiddamu okukola nabo.
Ekyo bakimanyi tetuliddamu. Kati nze omuvuka ndi musanga mpozi ku road block. Nti nze ndiddamu nenkola nabo. Like the way they are planning, I also plan. I have a plan what I'm going to do after the elections. But not to join. I will never accept any substantive job in this government again. I can transform a mission into a commercial good. I write my books. I can start a consultative farm. Ngabantu bakuwe minimo. Ababulijjo.
Irukamu.
Obakettira bagalwa baabwe.
Abwe. Bwata mukazi we. Bwamutta. Kakati atenzi. Omukazi ayagala omunonyeza bambu ensonga mumusaba kintu kidogo.
Omukyala.
Anti abakazi bwe kibatamanyi. Omukazi balonga bamukutte. Ne bamusiba tomufollowinga. Okwana omusirikale amukujireyo. Atenga n'omusirikale naye agamba nti ate bwe muta atono namuliira kuki n'agenda nga bannanga okuva lwe nafuna afende oli ye ayisibwa bulungi n'emmere agiriira bwafende njimutwalira n'agirya naye gwe omusibe gwe baleetera emmere wafende omanyi nti bwe bamala okulya emmere ne bakulookinga ate bano badda ku mmere endala. So if your wife follows you nga bakusibye, it should be your sister, not your wife. Because the mistake these people do katyabo balowooza nti ensi bagifuga bamanyi n'abakola nabo bamanyi kayigula bamukoboledde kayigula namugamba nagende ewuwe Kasagama kayigula mpeereza amata ga Bongo kayigula nagende y'omu kunyweza okunywa amata ge
kayigula
nze ndyenye ebintu by'abantu
akyaliwo
kayigula namugamba nga akankana. Can Mzee do it to me? That is not a question has done it to you, but it's not Mzee. The moment these people will buy security cameras, they will abandon you. Oh, we are bujozi, we mbwa, kutujijawan. They take our done. Mumponyo bata. Mumponyo bako mumwaso mutui. Avoid me like a killer, even if we meet in a refute, it vomits a coffin, it vomits a corpse. Nabacha when you killed my political career. Never. I blundered into government. I didn't know that it had its owners. I meandered into state house thinking that it was a public institution to not really allowed. Omusajja bwe yali awandiika Shakespeare agamba Rome is room enough. We thought that Rome was room enough to accommodate all of us, but we blundered. A fool at 50 is a fool forever. I'm approaching 60. Munjozi abana bamwe banjoge ne bazzukulu bamwe ndi musiru oyo Mirundi nga yamuzaala ddi.
Ogambe genda kulondera wamwe Kalagala. Ku boda wanga nti obera
era olumala okulonda nga ngende mutukula. Muliete ate muliete mawa
abaana bo ogenda bali ogenda
ati kakati
balondera Kalagala.
Ono wa Bobi Wine akuma amaka ga nnyina eshengera balitemera yoje. Ono omukazi n'emmotoka ziriko bifaananyi bya DP.
Oyo waabwe
nze kwe munoonya owaka kofiira nga n'obukofiira baabutwala sine kyembafunyemu kati nze mbeera ku boda anti Yesu Yesu bamunonya gundi Farao natta abaana abennaku 4 nenga Jesus had already arrived in Egypt yet abali innocent as you kill yourself have a farm across and be seated there
kati laba obeera wali okugula okumukuli Uganda
mbandinze wano
okumukuli Tanzania
ate kibi
ole wapa
zetemuyiza kunkwata nga miso ebamanyi kati abo miso tebamanyi nabaga nti miso mother body ya miso mulimu abantu millions potential trouble causers tewali kintu wano kyemwogera negundi ne kyamani we waffe ekyo kyekisekulu yabaga nti omusajja talina biteega omusajja talina bidandi omusajja talina kimwe mu nketta ne mugamba bakebere mwanda weya bugundi bulikoda babuleta mwanda we omusajja n'abafungula nanga nti ne mugamba nti era kasola abirina nanga ne mugaka kati bakebere nyuma bajja nabo mu nyuma nakebere nyuma ngabasajja tebamuyina
temumuza
anamu musasula abantu musasule nga bufe muzibu musasule
bana ikiku agenda kubera Lord Councillor wa Kasanga TB Wakiso district ambulira jononya Wakiso district watuba katade nangabo wanje
wa people power
agenda yajinde kwambulira
mukazi omufumba ayita kubako n'omusajja kwaga nti why gundi osengati yampasa gundi yali mpasa the people power in fact let me tell you that's my second point my second point is if we had professors of political science this would be the time to float possibilities a government of national unity a coalition government what government should we have given our country nga bwe badde kubanga many I know many independents will go through but they sign an agreement with the government ekibakola obubi the independents should have an association. We need a government we need a coalition government.
Ngechali Kenya.
We need a broad-based government.
Kenya
a broad-based government. The problem, the president brings as an individual. Can saka you can go in time. Kubanga se coalition. Coalition is negotiated. Tuli okumarino sent. Kakati the independents would now be working on an association. If Museveni wants to pick any of us, it should be a negotiated deal, not an individual deal. Kakati gwe sokola be nga fetwa ogera wano ensio neri wano bana ba UBC ya government bali mu ndongo. This would be the time to air ku TV ya UBC bwali ne yukaheru ya jita naduka kana kavuka ne kajita oyo no yomulenzi yaliyo nga agenze kukima yo sente najogensi olwamuulira ne nziruka yo abeera nziruka buddusi kakata babiriko
bali musanyusa bazzukulu.
President Museveni should also think about mwena mwaba mawulire. May I have 2 proposals for possible ministers of information. Nasanga oba onogundi Dr. Peter Mwesi. You need a professional. It don't. Gana amawulire ge bagula obuguzi amawulire agagulibwa obugulibwa amawulire omwana ono ge yawamba. So we should float ideas. Given chovola buli omusajja yasaza mu akalulu ake Kenya. Why? Yatunu yange gwanga li polarized. Polarized. Uhuru yega sene Ruto abakikuyu n'abakerenjini. Abalati bali mu government. Kubanga Uhuru yali yanyize bande ba Mudavadi bonna ba mu shoka tebachajja mukamba talimu abaluwo tebalimu abaki. The man being a Kenyan, what did he do? Yabagamba mukaddemu. Munaku asatu yenga amanyi tebajja kufuna sent. Let them form a government, a transitional government to elections. Bukulu nga innocent nga bitterness ye kugundi kulayira. But eventually the man they achieved chembagambye kulwanga. This judge, what he told them, they did not understand them. It was not an obvious direction. But what the Uhuru yaddamu n'awangula yakola handshake.
Yakola handshake. Ne
because the judge said I'm a Kenyan. Era kibaliko kati tetusaana kufuna winner takes all. Kubanga Kenya layira
yategera sirifuga gwanga nalita
yakiriza
anti utta center abimengo kibaliko if no Muganda CS Muganda kan rule Uganda leta ebyo bifedero bifugire kanti nzesobola kubugira mu nyanja bantemereka akabuga akadiba kange
swimming pool
anybody would cannot have the possibility of ruling a country resorts to divisionism. You kill the center odirewa nawo mukadiba ko mosobola okufugira
kugiranga gwe
kakati ba political science ekibatu gambe. Second, olukubaka tambi kafu President Museveni should prevail over his son-in-law. Ayina sente
amugambeko
ayina political ambitions. You listen to what they are saying. Abantu bebe eliminating abantu beba simbieko mwankole mwana babatikomeza enjinji siyo nabagitikomeza. This data arrogance of creating a government within will spark of a revolution. Kubamu munaba mugula sente timugenda kugula abizimbyewo mujja kusiba kasolo mukomera mujja kuprovoking otafire into battle bamusibe mujja omuliro gujja kufubutuka mu kyalo gusibire mu kibuga.
Okay. Kanso era
kana magazini yangu eno njiraba. Nayote ko nkakubye nnyo. Kali kayina magazini nenjigala. Kali kayina omulimo egindi e Rwanda nenkakuba ne bakajjayo. Kataga butazinga enkoko nkakubye ne magazini yangu eno njiraba.
Yellow Times.
Yellow Times. Ke kali ku street nkugamba. Ndi muhozi ya defeating aba enemies be.
As Jeno Muhozi kaine Rugaba.
Defeat his enemies. The mafia's plan to reach elections. Bano bategese okunyaga obululu bayisemu abantu baabo. Their center of operation, the gisos, the disos, n'okulaba nti bagula abantu boba agency baabo. They must dominate parliament at all costs. Kakube obawulire TV munako zina musajja yali jo ayogera amakolero biki balaba abazina bazina bwiri ye yubis akati
bali mukusanyusa baziku
ateka akati kyenkubulira yefu mu interview balabagamwe ebikoleddwa abavubuka. That would be a program tukuba music but mu interview there is a message about the youth. That's a manager who gets 50 million or yubis as they struggle to muzzle bana abalala. In fact, many of journalists abo bebaliko siba journalists nti mutia nti omusajja ati bajja kumufungula byakoze mu kalulu ajja kukyewunyo oyo omusajja ajja kukyewunya nga Bobi Wine bayina smartphone nze ntambula mu kibuga oyinza okuluza nti waliwo agoberera
lwaki
lali zaabwe zonna ziri ku smartphones
ikintu bakibonise
tayina kyajja kukola akoledde Bamafiya balye sente kuba be bamuleeta naye ezo measures zonna is denting Museveni's victory nti yatuuka n'okugaana ab'amawulire okavalinga nga ddi lukyali kibaddewo
kale